Hello everybody, Steffi here from The Makers, and today you are here to join me for part 2 of our little Hoglet. We've done basically the main shape last time, and I gave you the homework to do the arms and the feet, and now we're going to dress him up into his lovely prickly back there, and maybe add a couple more details to him at the front. So mine at the moment still looks a little bit naked and bare, but that will all change after today. So thank you very much for joining us today. As always, if you're watching this live today on the 10th of May at 1 o'clock on YouTube, or maybe you're watching this on the 12th of May at 7 p.m. over on our Facebook page, then you are always in for a chance to win a £15 gift voucher from that you can spend in our shop. The gift vouchers have no expiry date, so you can keep them and save them until Christmas or until Christmas 2025. That's entirely up to you. But there's a little thing that you need to do for us to be in for a chance, and that is you need to tell us if you are a Makers Box subscriber. Tell us what was your first Makers Box. But if you haven't got one, you can still enter the competition by just telling us that you haven't got one. Maybe you can also tell us what your favorite make was. That will count as well. I'm just going to say that now. So as you know, our Makers Boxes are 5 years old today. Well, this month, even not necessarily today, but this month. And so we're particularly proud that we have created 60 projects for you to make. So one of those 60 projects, maybe your first one was a really long ago one. Maybe even I have forgotten that we did it. But if you are interested in our Makers Boxes, the little owl is the May project, sitting here patiently watching what is happening with the little Hoglet. Not that he wants to eat it. No, we don't talk about this. And this is the May subscription box for our Makers Box. We have got 3 Makers Boxes in total, so there's also the fairy box and the surprise box, but it's the Makers Box that is 5 years old, and that's what we want you to talk about today. Tell us what was your first Makers Box, if you have ever subscribed, or maybe you just had one of them, because we don't tie you in a contract. And if you have never done a subscription box and you don't even know what I'm talking about and you're watching this live, and then just tell us that too, that you haven't got a box, and we'll enter you into the competition as well. There's no preferential treatment to those who have had a box. So another thing is, I don't know if you know, but this week is Mental Awareness Week. Mental Health Awareness Week even. So I want to mention it because needle felting is most definitely one of those crafts that is a really calming and therapeutic craft for people who suffer from anxiety, or maybe some blue moods. I mean, you don't need to be anything, you know, they can come anytime and they can disappear again. But if you know anybody with mental health issues, whatever they might be, and you think that needle felting is for them, then don't keep that secret to yourself. Share it, for goodness sake, and let them know that maybe needle felting is for them. We have got lots and lots of beginners kits on our website. Maybe you even give them your £15 voucher. There's an idea. It is Mental Health Awareness Week, so let's do something that's different from what we normally do. And even if it's just checking in with a friend or checking in with a person you haven't heard from for a while, you never know what struggles they have got on a day-to-day basis. With everything else that goes on in the world, I think it's impossible not to be affected by one or the other thing. I've still got my candle on because I'm leaving this on until I've been to the funeral of my dad. So that's still a light shining there for me until next week. Right, let's crack on with a little Hoglet. Going to the overview camera. Just to remind you, this is where we've got to. There. Oh, I've changed my camera. I'm just going to move it a little bit. Sorry. Oh dear. I must have knocked it. This is where people start feeling seasick. There, that's better. This is where we've got to last time. This is what we're going for. So we need to add all these prickly spikes to the back. Not that they're very prickly, because we're obviously working with soft wool. And just to give you just to remind you, we also did some feet and some hands. So hopefully you have got, have got yours all at the ready. But if you haven't, then I'm gonna give you a bit of a grace time, because I'm going to make a couple, well, at least one more of the hands now. So for this, I need some pink wool, which I have still got here. This is our flesh pink New Zealand merino. It is so realistic when it comes to a fleshy color that we've in the past we've had Facebook take down posts because they thought that it was a nude item we were displaying, and certainly one of our customers. So it is a really good color. You can mix it with different with other shades. Is this camera, does it keep moving, or is it me? Sorry, I'm going to move this over a little bit more now. There. So I'm in the picture and not out of the picture. So I'm making a flat piece here. This is the hand I'm aiming for, that size. I hold on to the wispy ends, and then I just stab the rest flat into sort of a little disc shape. Turn that over. I should have used a much cleaner felting mat. I said that last time, and then I didn't do anything about it, and I still don't know where my cleaning brush is. But if you do have one of our earth mats and it needs a clean, you must use that brush. If I can, oh, I can actually see it. I might just go and get it. So just look at that for a minute. Sorry, it's not very exciting, but I am still here. I'm just gonna get this cleaning brush, which is magic. So it will make a huge difference. So here we go. It is a rubber brush. And all you need to do is you just brush the fibers away. It works better on a larger mat because you've got more to hold on to. But you're literally just getting rid of the fibers from the top of your mat and cleaning it up, and it looks a lot tidier. Then you can do this on both sides. I've used the slightly firmer part last time. I'm going to give that a little clean as well. And the firmer mat has already got darker fibers running through it, so it won't ever get as white as the other mat has been, but it does make a difference when you clean it. So my little hand here, once you've felted it down really solidly, by the way, this is what it looks like. It's got these two really stiff rubber bits running side by side. You can use it either going that way or that way, and it does really take care of the excess fluff. If you do it regularly, then you might keep it as white as you can possibly keep it for a longer time. Right, so now I've got my little disc done here. Now you need some sharp scissors, and you just cut into it twice to make 3 little fingers like this. So you do need to have your little paw felted down quite solidly to make these distinct little fingers, and then you just keep stabbing into it a little bit more. If you stab into the palm, so to speak, it curves the hand up a little bit, which is quite good. And then we put a little bit of a beige color because they've got little dirty paws there. And now they need to be attached to our little hoglet. So there's the hoglet, and I'm going to attach the hands first. I'm just going to take a little bit of the wispy bits off. They basically sit here in the side so that they curl over the front. So I'm just stabbing them in now from one side, but I'm also stabbing them from the other side. The hedgehog at this point looks deceptively small, and that is because once you've put the little spikes onto it, it becomes a lot bigger. And in a minute I'm going to see who's joining us today as well, to give a shout out to some of those who are here. Of course I can't do this on a Thursday when you're watching this live on Facebook, but I can certainly do it while I'm doing this live on YouTube. Here we go. So he's now got 2 little hands here. You can have them more showing from the underneath, or sort of showing as if he's having his arms holding them up. And let's have a look who's here today. So we have got Sandra. Sandra, you were the first. So You get the first mention. Hello, Sandra. We've got Catherine here. The sun is out shining after the rain earlier. I thought it was going to be a grey day, but the sun's out here too. Fingers crossed, though it isn't as warm as it has been. Rachel is there. Hello, Rachel. Hope Daniel is all right. Serena is there. Hi, Serena. Hope your brood is all right. Pauline. Hello, Pauline. Hope your grandson is all right. Oh, I've got to keep this up now. I've no idea who to wish you is all right. Melanie, sorry. Hello, Melanie. V. V. Hay is here. Hi, everyone. Sun is shining here as well, wherever you are. Vampire Venom. Hello. Hope you're all right. Elaine. Hello. Donna. Erica, all the way in the Netherlands. I'm going to be driving through the Netherlands, Erica. I'm going to go on the ferry next time I'm going to Germany, because my family actually lives quite close to the Dutch border. So it seems to be a good option to do this. We always used to do that with the children when they were a little overnight ferry. And this time I'm only taking my daughter, which will be a lot easier, because I doubt that she will want to get up several times in the night to try out every single bunk bed, cuddle up to me, remember that she needs the toilet, remember that she needs to do this and that and the other, and so we'll just be fast asleep. It would be quite nice. Vampire Venom says, my first was the Magic Dragon, was originally going to switch to Surprise Box after, but of course I was unfinished, so it was unfinished, so I could okay, I think what you're trying to say, you bought both, basically. I think that's what you're saying. You've never skipped any, and although some were delayed in making, well, they don't go off, so you can keep them, have them around. Never had one, said Erica, but make stuff with you at the makers. Nice one. Elaine says, the dragon was my first sub box and still one of my favorites. Olga says, hello, never done a box, but made the snow owl from the PDF you could buy later. Nice one. Of course, this is all of these lovely people are no longer privileged to the free movement, not the free movement, the free market since Brexit. So I think it's harder to receive our goods abroad. We're working on it, but it is not just all depending on us. It is also depending on the receiving country. V. Hay says, not had one yet, but my first make was a mouse at Create and Craft Fair Manchester before COVID hit us. Oh, that's ages ago. They don't even do that fair anymore. Donna says, live in US waiting for my first box. It is the owl. Can't wait to make. Yay! Serena says, sorry, I'm reading some of the stuff that is sort of chats between members, which are probably quite, they're not so relevant. Elaine says, busy decorating at the moment, so my little owl is still in this box waiting. Susan says, my first box was the owl in January last year, and I had only been needle felting since the second lockdown and had only done 2 things with a Sarah Brown. Well, that's lovely that you managed to do the owl. Our boxes are suitable for beginners, so even if you have never needle felted before, you will be able to make the project. Oh, Sona says, I check every morning. It's in Chicago. Oh no. Oh, bless you. I hope you get it soon. So Melanie says, I'm not subscribed to the Maker's Box, but I have just bought 2 of them as mystery boxes. I have literally just started the Lovebirds box this morning, so this will be my first. So sometimes when we've got excess boxes, we do lucky dips, and then you can just order it, and then you don't know what you're getting, but they don't disappoint. And the Lovebirds were definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely. Sandra says, I haven't yet. Catherine says, my first Maker's Box was the barn owl. Brown owl had to have an owl. Before that, I had the fairies. Nice. Melanie says, I'm looking forward to attempting it. Lorna says, hello, I remember my first. It was the kitten in a basket. Made it into a portrait of my cat Prince with his little scar on his little face. I really love that kitten. I love all the boxes, actually. Carolyn says, joined the sub box this month as I fell in love with the owl. Nice one. Pauline says, my first was either Under the Sea or the one with seal and penguins. I put them both together to make a seaside scene. So my favorites, I love anything with animals. I know you do, and you're very good at it too. So Rose says, hi. Hi, Rose. And Melanie says she was lying. It was the badger playmat and maker's box. So it was a badger with a diorama with a 3D landscape on it. So I think that's what you might mean with a playmat. Helen is there. Hi, Helen. Karen is there. Oh, the puffin box after the craft for cats. Nice one. And Alex is there. I've just left Binny, our dog, at the vet's operation. Oh no, oh no, oh, because she can't remember the first box. It's always so worrisome. And your little doggy isn't even that old yet, so I hope she's going to be all right. Right, let's crack on with our little Hoglet. So similar to how the hands were made, the last time I showed you how to make the feet. So you've got one I finished off by cutting into it already there. The second one I left to cut into. So it's literally, it's like a little slipper shape foot with the wispy bits at the top, so that you've got a heel and you've got the toe parts here at the front, and you're also going to cut into this twice. And even if it looks a little bit narrow, that will broaden the foot as soon as you cut into it. So you can felt these down a bit more, but if you felted it nice and solid, you shouldn't have to. Now we're going to make the underneath a little bit dirty, because so we want to just put a little bit of a beige wool just to discolor it a little bit. So as if he's been already walking on it. As new as he is, he's already been walking on it. I'm just going to bring that heel in a little bit. You just need to move down. So it's quite solidly felted. As you can sort of see the needle, I have to push quite hard to get it in. And there's this little foot with his little toes sticking out. Maybe just felt some of these toes down a bit more. There we go. And then I just, oh, I've put a bit of dark on here already. So I've got two pretty much similar of feet here now, which I'm going to attach again by using these wispy bits. And they're very handy, so I'm spreading these out at the moment. And now it might be good to sort of identify which foot goes on which side, in case you get more of an impression that you've got one that looks more like the left and one more like the right. And then just stab the wispy pink fibers into the body there. You can also go straight into the foot if that helps you fasten it on, but we don't want to flatten it against the body, we just want to fasten it on. Here we go. And felt that down as well. There. So he looks like he's got his feet pointing up, his arms sticking out on the side now, and that's basically a good start to now start on the little prickles. However, you can also give him some facial features. So they have sort of quite a lot of patterning in their faces, hedgehogs. Oh, we've done the eyes already. Oh well, you can give him maybe a bit of a smudge on his forehead. Why not? I haven't done that with the other one, but you can do that. You can give him a little bit of just to break up the colors, the white color in his face. But most importantly, you want to see how I'm going to add these little spikes onto him. Before I do that, I've got a couple of exciting things to tell you. So first of all, it is still time to get your party mouse to support the polycystic kidney disease charity, and it's one of our mice, the normal the mice that have made that are famous for us, the white mice, and she is holding 2 balloons in the colors of the charity, and she's also wearing a little tutu skirt. So this mouse pack comes as a flat pack. It's got everything in there to make one mouse, including the tools, but for this you have to go directly to the charity's site and buy your pack there. We post it out, but you have to buy it directly from the PKD charity. You have got exactly 1 week now. Well, the live stream is on the 18th of May, which is the Wednesday. You have got a week to get your kit. So if you order it today, you will have a good chance to get it before Wednesday next week, when it hopefully will sail through your letterbox. So do consider supporting this event. But if nothing else, just go and come and join us and make a mouse. It will be a live stream on Facebook, but then there will also be a link sent afterwards. So that's one thing I need to say. We're really into mice at the moment. She does balance on her own as well, but of course she won't do it for me now. So that's your challenge, is to balance the mouse holding the balloons. But she does do it. I know she does. I really want her to do this now, but she's not going to do it for me. Or you. She's not doing it for anybody. Okay, I'm going to hold on to her tail somehow. The other thing, of course, is excitingly, we are getting ready to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee with our Jubilee mouse. Now, he's quite handsome because he's wearing a very patriotic little waistcoat. I just need to cut some thread off that's come loose there. With Union Jack hearts on there, and he's holding 3 balloons in the Union Jack colours. Now this is a grey version, and of course you get all the materials to make the balloons, and that you get that little Union Jack fabric as well, and that is one of our small kits. Now our small kits, they get packaged in a bigger box. There you go. That is what the Jubilee mouse looks like. And these kits are still, I think we're on our 3rd batch making them up now. So they've been very popular, and I can't wait for you to show us your Jubilee mouse once you've made him wearing his very smart waistcoat. And maybe he's in some special festive setting as well. Maybe he's having a bit of a boogie with the party mouse. Who knows? Entirely up to you how you are going to do this. But I do have a really nice thumbnail, which I didn't show you last time. And oh dear, I haven't got it here either this time. Sorry, Alicia made me a special one. Oh, I'm going to be in the doghouse. Sorry. But anyway, you've seen him in real life, so maybe that makes up for it. Okay, let's start with the little Hoglet, and let's put some little spikes on him. So you can get from us, I brought it specially, and I haven't even brought it to the desk. I'm going to get it in a minute. You can buy specially a wool that is a Jacob's wool, and it comes stripy. This is not it. This is one that I have mixed. I'm just going to show you that you can also mix it. So all you need is definitely a white or cream colored top. And then maybe, I mean, our French country is great for mixing it. It's sort of a nice color that goes with it. But even if you have the alpaca top, which is that one, or if you have our brown dyed top, that one, that works as well. Even if you had a black top, I think you could get away with black and white spikes as well. Now, when we normally show you how to mix wool, it's very different from how I'm going to show you now how to mix these tops. So if you want to mix, say you want to mix these two together, instead of tearing wisps off and mixing them, if you're interested in that, we do have other videos that will show you exactly how to do that. This time you're going to split it lengthwise, so that you are separating, and you're halving it, and then you're splitting it again. So make sure that you're always aligning the fibers exactly side by side, so you don't lose that really long fiber. And because you will need to try and work with longer fibers, you will have less waste, and I'll show you in a minute why. So when you mix it, just keep doing that. Just keep splitting them, putting them together again, splitting them, putting them together again. If you feel like it, you can even mix another color into it. Let's just use some of this dyed brown, just so that you can see how easy it is actually to mix these wools. It just takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of consistent splitting of the wool. Sometimes what I find is I take too much, and then it's easier to actually split the whole thing in half and mix half of it first, and then mix the other half. So there's nothing stopping you from having to split it, but you can now see that that actually makes a really nice even mix. And you do want to see the stripes, so you don't want it to become a new color, but you can definitely split the colors that are more jumbled, more together still, split them up, and you can see that so much better by splitting them lengthways. So that is a bit of a new tip here. You might know this already, you may have done this automatically that way, but that is how you can mix wool up into this sort of stripy effect. And I've got 2 batches here, which will do for my hedgehog. And oh, I got this wool. I can actually see it, so I might get up and get it in a minute. But for now, I'm going to start with this. So what you need to do now is you're going to take a strand of your mix, and you're going to, and what I do is I'm going to cut one end short already, because then you've got less bits and pieces. So I've cut it straight. And now you're going to felt this onto your little hedgehog, and I think it looks really nice when he's got sort of more of a bald forehead, but you can move the wool quite close into the forehead as well. And all you're going to do is you're laying it down and you're felting with a needle across, so that you're basically felting on the strands flat, so that you're not building bulk in that way. So you've got a little bit of a fringe here now, and then every time you felted it on, you're going to cut the other side off. So this is a way of how you can give long fur to animals too, using wool tops. And then you're sort of stroking them together, and they make they join together. Don't worry too much if you think, oh, this is way too long, I want it a lot shorter. You can trim this later on until your heart's content, even to a point where you think, you know, this thing when maybe you've all done it with your dolls when you were little. You think, oh, I just trim a little bit of the hair off, and then more comes off and more comes off until the doll is bald. I've done it loads of times. I've always wanted to be a hairdresser. So yes, this could also happen with a hedgehog. So do be mindful that if you trim him afterwards, that you don't get carried away, because you remember that you wanted to be a hairdresser when you were little. And again, so I'm just using the same strand, which is why it's good to have longer strands. So when you're mixing your wool, it's much better to mix the longer part than mixing it as we normally do, is by making short batches. This time we do want long batches, because the more you can repeat this, the less you've got to, the less wastage you've got, because at the end of it, you will always end up having to cut it the same length. So notice that I'm going row by row, working my way along the back of the hedgehog. First at the top of the head, there, cut a bit off, and then this is my waist here. So if you have only short strands you're working with, then you might end up with lots of waste. And I'm already loving him. So he's got a bit of brown showing here, which I'm going to cover now, but I've still got plenty of my mixed wool here. So I'm starting off by trimming one end, making that nice and short. And let's cover that bald part. For this, I think I'm just going to cut already the right size and fit it in there. There we go. I'm using a medium needle. I'm using the orange needle. Our orange code is the medium Kotz-Beckett triangular needle. Works really well. There you go. Now that's covered. There's a bit of white sticking out. Get rid of that. And yeah, there you go. So he has got most of that brown is covered now, and then I'm going to continue working my way across his back. So it's definitely worth keeping it nice and tight and be quite generous with the wool. So don't skimp on it, because you want to build up a nice solid round part that will now make the hedgehog a lot bigger than what he looked like beforehand. So you will probably do, I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 or even 7 rows going across. and cutting it and then repeating the process. If you get to the edge and you've got a bit of brown showing like here, then just do it separately, like I did at the top of his head, and cutting it again. And you can see that his little cover is becoming quite varied and variegated. It's a little bit messy. This is why you're allowed to trim it afterwards, but you get the gist of this. So I'll let you catch up while I'm gonna see what else is happening here. Let's have a look. So oh, everything's gone. It's shut itself down, my laptop. It did that earlier. So I'm just going to wait for YouTube to come up again so I can actually join the chat. In the meantime, I can tell you some other bits and pieces here. Live stream, next live stream. So next week, it's going to be the Queen Bee Fairy. Remember, this is our fairy box. So we're making the project from the fairy box together on May the 17th, at Tuesday that is, as usual, at 1 o'clock, and then it will be repeated on the 19th over on Facebook. And then after that, we've got a royal bird, the peacock bird, which is on Tuesday the 24th of May. I'm really looking forward to that one. He is a stunning project. I love teaching him at some of the shows, so it'd be really nice to have lots of you join me for that one. And then we're already, how is this even possible, back to the sub boxes and the unwrapping of the sub boxes. I just cannot believe it. So that's on the 31st of May, and of course then we've got a series of days off. But I wanted to show you, so the Badger Cub is going to be, well, there's going to be two. I've only got one here at the moment. This is the size of it. He fits into my hand comfortably like this. You'll be making two, and he will be in a kind of a little nest with his friend. They will maybe be cuddled up, or maybe they're playing. They have got open eyes, so they're not sleeping. There's eyes in there, but most cute are probably the little pink paws and just the little pinkish nose. He's got a bit of pink on his tummy because they when they're born they have sort of a hint of stripes, but they get a lot more stripy as they get older, or a lot more distinct the colors in contrast. So these are two baby badgers, baby cubs that you will be making from the June Makers box, and there's a special tool in there as well for you as an extra bit. And then the fairy is going to be it's the first time we've done a sitting fairy, is the ladybird fairy. She's very happy, and I will also teach you how to make these tiny little ladybirds from the box as well. They're so tiny, but they can be part of the decoration on her little leaf seat. And yeah, so she's the first sitting fairy that we have ever done, but I'm really looking forward to her as well. I love it when the fairies have something new and magic about them. And then of course the surprise box is how does your garden grow? How does your garden grow? This is the time of the year where people are out in the garden, so hopefully our surprise box will not disappoint with what goes on in your garden, and your garden might give you lots of inspirations, or the other way around, who knows. Right. Oh yes, I can check into all of the chat again here. I'm reading from the bottom up. That's easier. Pauline says, love the badgers, can't wait. Ashley says, first box was the Easter chick. Oh my goodness, that's a long time ago as well. That was with the reverse needle, I remember. Elaine says, the badger is gorgeous. Ashley says, made it via phone. Hello, Ashley. I have a peacock kit in my basket, says Vampire Venom, waiting on something else to come back in, and then persuading housemaid. Aha, okay, sounds like you've got a plan there. Serena says, can't wait for the peacock. Lorna says, I'm going to have to make one. He's so cute, but started the harvest mice. Okay, this happens when you read backwards. You don't actually know what people are talking about. Rainbow scissors. Oh yes, everybody's talking about the rainbow scissors. I love those. Jackie says, my first sub box was the wolf. Oh my goodness, the wolf, don't remind me of it. What a disaster. I loved that wolf. I loved it so much that I made 3 in total and I gave 2 away. And then the one that I kept, a colleague of mine took him home to have photos taken, and her dog shredded it to pieces. I am still sad about it. I really am. I know it's, maybe I should just get over it. But you know, when you spend hours and hours on making something and you're actually really happy with it, and then the only memory I have got is photos. So there. Oh, lots of other first boxes. Hi Jane. Bit late, but hello Steffi, Alicia, and Fluff friends. Happy birthday to your granddaughter. I can't believe she's 3 already. That is just like crazy. Where did time go? So that's really nice that you were able to celebrate a birthday, because she must have had many birthdays. Well, not many, because she hasn't had that many, but she will have had birthdays during lockdown, which must have been quite hard. And Kat is there. Hi Kat, good morning from Pennsylvania. Hello. Yeah, right. Anyway, give us the thumbs up in this video. That sounded really cross then, but please give us the thumbs up. And subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, then please do so. Right, I'm going to continue adding little spiky bits to this hedgehog. Whilst I'm doing this, just to remind you, if you've joined late, I've cut the strand so that I've got a straight edge, felted across, so I'm actually covering quite a large area. And then once it's fastened on, I'm just going to trim the other end to match, or try to match the other side. And then if you've got somewhere on the edge where you need to bring in the spikes because it hasn't reached, I'm going in a different direction, but it really doesn't matter, then do this separately, cut that off again, and then you can cover him coming close to his body as well. Sometimes you have to sort of pull him a bit open again underneath, because with the stabbing from the other side it does close him up a bit, and you do want to glue the spikes at the very end, because you don't want to work on the other side. You just flatten the spikes then. And I'm nearly there. This is my self mixed wool that I've shown you how to do, and then I'm always trimming the edge off first. You don't have to do this, but I find it easier, because then you can lay it on there exactly where you want it, and you're not getting confused with different length ends. And felt it down, bang in the middle there where the spikes are going to be. Make sure you catch all of them, and then when you have felted them down, trim them shorter and give them a little stroke there. Felt that one here a bit more. Nearly there, nearly there. I was going to say something. Oh yes, remember it's Mental Health Awareness Week. So if you know somebody who suffers with mental health, or maybe you just know somebody you haven't seen for a while, just check in with them, send them a message, ask if they're okay. Just do it with one person. If we all did it just with one person, then everybody would get a message, wouldn't they? So just like I say, just be extra aware that people have got issues, and never judge people by their behavior, because you just don't know what they're dealing with. It's just something that you just need, whether it's themselves or whether they're dealing with somebody else with mental health issues. It's so easy to judge, but you cannot possibly know what is going on in other people's life for them to react sometimes in weird and wonderful ways. So be particularly mindful of that. And of course, if you know somebody who you think would benefit from needle felting, as so many of you benefit from it because of your mental health issues, then share. Don't keep it to yourself, for goodness sake. Just share. If it helps you, why shouldn't it help somebody else? An act of kindness might be nice, or just tell them I'll come round and we'll do a bit of needle felting, or I've got this exciting craft, I want to show you how it's done, you might really like it. And I think we have lots and lots of success stories amongst our fluff friends who will willingly say that it has made a difference to them, and why shouldn't it make a difference to other people? So this week, Mental Health Awareness Week, let's make an extra effort to check in with people and maybe share some of the needle felting love. Every time I speak, I've got for today, Siri is particularly communicative on my iPad here, so this is why my video keeps disappearing where I check the chat. I don't know what I'm saying that he seems to be particularly wild about today, but not that you see any of this, I'm just noticing it myself. Right, I'm getting to the end of this little Hoglet's back here. And it's the other way around this time. There's a particular big one. And it does actually take quite a lot of wool, because remember how much wool I've mixed? Well, this is it. That's the last bit I've got here. I'm going to double this up and, oops, cut the end off. So you will have, oh yeah, maybe I should talk about that. So these bits, these end bits of wool, I think we had a post on our Everyone a Maker group. So if you, that's another thing. If you want to join Everyone a Maker, it is our it is the place where you share all your makers make. So you can ask questions about our products, and where you can seek advice as well about needle felting and doll making. So if you what somebody said is that birds get tangled up when they build their nests by long threads or plastic or anything that can wrap around their feet. And I looked it up, and the RSPB does say that natural sheep wool is absolutely fine to leave out for birds. So if it's a short fibered bat, for example, or maybe you can cut the fibers short yourself, then it's okay to leave it outside. Just the sort of stuff they would naturally pick from fences, or even somebody said they pick it directly from the back of a sheep. I have had sheepskins drying on my washing line, and then suddenly all the birds are on top of it pecking little bits of fluff away from it. But I think it's okay to leave short fibers out, and definitely never leave yarn out, or cotton thread or anything like that. That makes no sense whatsoever. So but soft little bits like this, they will be fine. So it's not waste, it just might be an extra bit of coziness in a bird's nest. Right, so little hedgehog looks very spiky, very wild. You can leave them like this, you don't have to trim their hair. See now what I mean, if they have sort of a bit of a I think it looks really cute when they have a bit of a, almost like a receding hairline. But if you don't like that, I'm just going to dip into another stash, then bring it forward. So you can add more to your little hedgehog by giving him a little fringe. However you like it, it's your hedgehog. You can make him appear whichever way you want to. So just cutting that off now. And so he just looks a little bit, there you go, he looks a little bit more dressed around his forehead. I do like it when they are a bit more bald at the top. Right, so adjust your features. There is also, you can add a little tail into your Hoglet there, but it can look a little bit rude, so I've left it out. And then you can trim it. Trim it, like I said, don't get carried away. Make sure that they are all straightened, the fibers, before you cut them short. Trim him a little bit if you want. And but go steady with it, because you don't want to end up with a very short spiked hedgehog. You can sort of pull them out a bit as well. And if you felted them down well, they shouldn't pull out, but you can just straighten them out a little bit. There we go. And you've got a perfect pattern from the back. You can cut it a little bit more. You can cut it really short if you want to. Again, you know, who am I to say can't cut it short? If it makes you happy, then you can. The bulk has now been added, and he is almost, well, he's actually almost the same size. You wouldn't have thought that even at the beginning of this live stream, that these two would end up being the same size, because it does make a lot of difference adding that cover on the back to them. And so maybe you will make a whole family of hoglets. Lots of hedgehogs are called a prickle. I say that because I love that phrase. There you go. 2 of them now lying happily on their backs. It's hard to display them because you want to see the nice back, but you also want to see the cute little feet and hands. So maybe you can stand them up like that, and have them sitting side by side. And I know it was a bit of a short tutorial today, but I think it's also nice sometimes just to chill a little bit, especially on Mental Health Awareness Week, where we don't need to rush and have extra stress to try and finish something off. I'm just going to have a quick look what else I can tell you, because there's lots of things I can tell you. So yes, so as you probably know, Alicia, she runs 3 Zoom sessions a month. The Little Owl Zoom has just been on Sunday, a couple of days ago, so you've missed out on that, but there will be one next month for making the Budger Cups. The Surprise Box Zoom Along is coming up on Saturday the 21st of May, so that's not this Saturday, that is next Saturday. And then the Gab and Stab, which is just a social get-together, do some makers stuff. It is all to do with the makers. That is at 2 p.m. on Sunday the 22nd of May. And the other thing I do want to show you is, so now and then we release some what we call fairy decoration bundles, and I have got them here as well. Oh yes, they're here. So we've had bundle 1 and we've had bundle 2, and we've now got bundle 3 and 4, all released at the same time, and they are full, and I want to show you them because we've got their limited edition. We could only put in there what we kind of have left over from our own stash, or what we haven't used in the end. And I'm just going to show you bundle 3. Let's have a look. Bundle 3 is sort of more the red tones, red and orangey tones. And I'm just going to open it up. When you open it up, there you go. It's stuffed full. So you get some ribbon, you get some leaves. You've got some really pretty lace here with little flowers on it. That's all. That's there, and another one here in a paler color, rainbow color. You get some of little leaves here. There are the leaves from the ivy fairy, if you've had that one. That will make a nice decoration for a fairy as well, with some beads on it. I don't know if you remember, but those of you who had the advent calendar had these little fairy lights. I absolutely love them. Aren't they pretty? So if you decorate a whole fairy garden, then these lights are perfect in there. There is also hidden away lots of tiny little butterflies. I don't know if you can see them. Some rhinestones, tiny little cotton reels, little bells in here, a little bottle with a cork, little hearts, cushioned hearts, feathers for wings, some tulle fabric, little keys. There's another bottle, some disco, I don't want to say disco mirrors, I don't know what they're called really. These are great for giving them in the hand of your fairy. So there's a whole wealth of bits and pieces there that will keep you busy decorating your fairy, or maybe giving you an inspiration of what you want to make. That is fairy bundle number 3. Okay, so hold that image. And then fairy bundle number 4, there we go, open that one as well, is less red tones but more, I don't know which one I prefer, to be honest. So that one has also got some ribbon in it, it's got some felt in it, it's got also these 2 in it, so they're doubled up. It's got some, oh, it's got a big bell in here, this one. It's got some sparkly wings. They were different from the one before. Some of these bits and pieces, also different type. It's just a different color emphasis. Some little gingerbread men as well. So that's a big bell, isn't it? What else is in there? There's some of these of this shiny tulle fabric that we used for. You also get your party lights in here, and here's some sequin. I think once you start looking, you'll find all kinds of things that you haven't seen before. There's another tulle, more tulle fabric in here. Don't know if you can see that. So yes, so there are definitely nice bits and pieces in there. It's over 150 items, individual items. If you had to buy this all separately, you would spend a lot of money. But we are all with these fairy decoration bundles. They are all bundled up together for you. Large letter, postage, and then they fit through your letterbox as well. So that's something. But what's also reminded me is, some of you will know, but some of you might not, that we have now released our advent calendars. As it's less than 200 days before you are opening your first advent parcel on the 1st of December, we have made the advent calendars available. Now, if you have bought an advent calendar from us before, we are offering you a loyalty discount. We have sent an email, as far as we thought, we sent an email to everybody who bought an advent calendar last year. However, we've had some people who said they haven't had it, and that could be that it ends up in spam, or maybe we've made a mistake, who knows. But in any case, if you have had an advent calendar from us last year, then you qualify for a loyalty discount, and that gives you £5 off the calendar. So get in touch with us. Otherwise, if you're excited to be able to order your calendars, there are limited numbers. We are over 80% sold out. So it is not, there's no hanging about. Get onto it and get your advent calendar for 2022. Put it away, keep it safe. Make a note so you remember where you've put it. Tell your friend or somebody, and just get it so you've got something to look forward to, because that's one of the things, talking about Mental Health Awareness Week, is that it's always good to have something to look forward to, because it gives you a focus. And that goes for anything, whether it's crafting, a personal thing, holidays, sport, anything. Just have a focus, something that you are aiming for. And why not aim for an advent calendar? So maybe you treat your friend to an advent calendar because you think, look, got to look forward to the 1st of Advent, or the 1st of December, because that's when the Advent calendar gets opened. So they're now available for you to hop onto our website and get them. And if you win £15, you can put it towards it, of course. What I will say is they are pre-order only, and it also means don't add anything else into the order, because we can't hold anything that you want to add to the order until the end of October, at which point the advent calendars will be posted out. So just bear that in mind. Just order your advent calendar and nothing else, basically. Or order 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't mind how many advent calendars you order, just don't put anything else into the order. And I think the only other thing I should say is that we, the bell tents are up at the Wilderness Centre. We have got places left for people to go into the bell tents. I have also been told now that there will be camp beds in the bell tents. It's not just sleeping on a platform, on the floor with extra thermarests. It is actually going to be off the floor in a camp bed. So it's not as low down anymore as we thought at first, because there will be camp beds. There will be limited number of camp beds, but I genuinely don't think we'll have more people than camp beds sleeping in the tents. So if you're interested, and that has made all the difference now, drop us a line, info@themakers.co.uk, or you can give us a call on 01453 839 454. And of course, we're making a Viking. That's the script, but there will be people going off script, as they did with the dragon during our winter retreat. Sorry, I'm not leaving you. I'm just trying to get to our Eric, the Viking, so I can show him to you in real size. He's actually a lot bigger than I anticipated, but this is going to be the make for for the summer retreat here at the Wilderness Center in the Forest of Dean, and he does stand on his own if he wants to, but I think he's got different things on his mind. And I'm just getting the winners. So I've got the winners for today's live stream, which is on YouTube. Whatever the date is today, the 10th of May 2022, and it's Alex J and Jackie C. I think I understood C for Charlie, but I can't actually remember a Jackie, but I think it's Jackie C. So it's always hard to hear that through my little phone set here. But anyway, well done, ladies. Those of you, oh, I think I've killed Eric. Okay, Eric, you can just stand here for a minute. You're standing? Yes. What was I going to say? Yes, on Thursday when you watch this live on Facebook, then it will be different people. So well done to you as well. Just drop us a line, info@themakers with 2s's.co.uk, and let us know that you are today's live stream winner, and then we will send you a code through for your £15 voucher, which you can use at your leisure whenever you feel ready. I think I have said everything there is to be said. Well, we have lots of new products in our repertoire. I want to talk about, maybe just mention it very briefly, that we are now concluding the agreement with Aardman Animations and their Robin character. I'm saying it loud now. He's not close to the candle, Alicia. He's miles away. He just looks close, but he's miles away. But thank you for pointing that out. Wouldn't that be fun if everything went up in flames? And I'm really excited to show you the Robin character very, very shortly. I'm just waiting for the last thumbs up, and then we will let you pre-order that kit too. If you haven't seen the film, go and see it. It is the sweetest thing on the planet. Okay, Eric thinks he was too close to the candle, so he's moved himself, but he definitely wasn't, I promise you. So, yeah, the cat's out of the sack now, and there are other exciting news, but I definitely can't talk about this now. So I hope that you all have a lovely remainder of a week. Share with us your little hoglets. We're always excited to see them on Everyone a Maker. That's the group on our Facebook. That's our group on Facebook. It's not our Facebook. And then I'll see you next week with the Queen Bee Fairy. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the sunshine. And yeah, see you soon. Lots of love. Bye. And Eric says bye too. Come on, Eric, say bye. How are you going to say bye? There. It's almost giving you the finger there. Bye. Bye.